All right, just to stay a couple steps ahead of the enemy, as we always are, and the enemy can't believe it, but we're here now. Here are the groups of people that I would like to write off. All the people that are involved in creating this monster. You created this monster. See, they want you to hate the monster, but they don't want you to hate or be cautious of the people who created it. The religious Catholics, the religious Jews, the anti-Messianic Jews, the British royal family, the religious Muslims, all these religious people, the religious Christians who say, your dog died because you must have been living in sin. I hear you. The religious Christians, no, my dog didn't die because I was living in sin. Pindar, the top of the Illuminati, right? The Zionist Jews in America, all the people that praise and worship. Just want to say, screw you. I'm going to stay one step ahead, right? Because events are transpiring and people are going to want to point the finger, and I'm going to point it right back at you. I'm not saying people are pointing the finger at me, but I'm just saying people are going to want to point the finger at somebody, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to point it right back at you. This is the monster you created. You want to live in fear? You're going to get the Messiah of fear. That's going to be your dude. You want to profess to be Christian, this, that, and the other thing, but you live in fear? It says 365 times in the Bible, fear not. Do you know who your God is? Do you not know who your God is? You live in fear. And it's like you can't just like love this out of people. Like it's a personal choice that people have to choose. So no, I'm not going to hate the creation, but I'm going to hate the creator of the creation of the worst person you've ever met, the Hitler of our time. I'm not going to hate that person. I'm going to hate everything that created it. British royal family, I don't mess with you. The Zionist Jews, I don't mess with you. You want to take part in sympathy with me for whatever reason, come what may in the future? You're not my friend. You created that monster. All the people involved in creating the monster, that is who I'm going to say I write you off. You're not my friend. You are not my ally. You take part in creating a monster, guess what? You're responsible for creating the monster. You are not my friend. I don't mess with you. That's just it. This is not even like a drunken rant. This is just like, I'm going to stay one step ahead. Don't come to me. I'm not your friend. I'm not your ally. You created that monster, and therefore, I write you off. So, in these biblical times, it's like, get right with God through Jesus. Like don't do all this weird religious stuff. Don't be super religious. Just get right with God through Jesus Christ as the mediator. He's the only person who made a covenant. All these other people do weird stuff. They pull power from weird places, and they've been running around, pussyfooting around the truth with their power, with their money, with their influence, and I'm here to say I write you off. I don't know if it's me doing it, but just like in general, like you're done. I don't mess with the British royal family. I don't fuck with you. I don't mess with the people who think they want to like sympathize with whatever is going to happen in America. I don't mess with you. You made that monster. You made this monster that is coming to America. You created it. I didn't create it. He's not the problem. You're the problem. And I will defend that to the death. And I will not submit to fear. And I will not submit to a religious death. All these religions have got it so ass backwards. The only religion is the religion of love. That is why you have the Antichrist. If you live in such fear, then guess what? You do not get to experience love. You do not get to experience God's glory. You do not get to live in the kingdom of God, this table that God set for his son, Jesus. You don't get to live in that if you live in fear, if you submit to the fear, if you created a monster that operates out of fear. You know, they say that the Antichrist is not going to be worshipped because people love him, but they're going to worship him because they fear him. You created that monster. So get right with God through Jesus and love. You don't get love if you live in fear, because it's going to be the fear that drives you from your destiny of love. And the only mediator to that is Jesus Christ, because he's the only living sacrifice that created the covenant of it. There's no other way around it. But God allowed these people to carry on for so long, doing all this stuff, like getting all this power and all this influence, that the illusion is so grand. But the illusion is going to break, and everyone's going to want to point a finger and blame a bad guy while you created the bad guy. You did that. Out of your ignorance, you did that. And a lot of people will come to Christ very quickly under the words that I am saying now. As your reality begins to crumble, they're going to quickly come to the realization of exactly what I'm saying right now. So I think I made my point.